I really don't know what's going on in the gaming industry today. You got PC Master Race jumping all down the throats of PlayStation owners. It makes no sense. Man, stop, man. Y'all make yourself look real silly. Your PC is supposed to be better, bro. We get it. I understand. We all understand. You must apparently like people to speak slow to you. But no. Seriously. What's good, gamers? It's your boy J-Bo, a.k.a. the Old Man Gaming Guru, coming at you with a little reaction today from the opposite faction, you know what I mean? Today we're going to get into Double Barrel Gaming and their take on the current situation in gaming. You know how PlayStation outsold Xbox 5-1 over the holiday, or maybe they'll hit upon how we haven't heard numbers for Game Pass since like February of last year, which came in at around 34 million, while PlayStation subscribers and active users as of November 2024 was somewhere north of 116 million. But I digress. Let's continue. Let's see what these boys got to say today.
Terrible Xbox is selling. This is an old story that he just wrote. January 5th, as a matter of fact, he wrote it. It's basically new estimates, according to the story, have PlayStation 5 beating Xbox over 5-1 in sales in November via Forbes, which is what he writes. Big deal. Big deal. Like instead of writing about the fact that Sony has no roadmap, that we're still waiting for the Magical Mystery Tour event to happen.
Hold up. Wait a minute. 5-1 is a big deal. Just a big deal. Like, that's nothing. Sony doesn't have a roadmap. What do you need a roadmap for when Xbox is proving that having a roadmap will only get you lost? See, I understand Sony's MO in these streets, or should I say, the YouTube gaming community. Understand this. Without Sony releasing their roadmap, 90% of you creators will have nothing to talk about. You will only be able to react and to pretend as though you're a creator when you're truly not a creator. I haven't even broke out the camera yet. I haven't did my skits yet. I haven't did none of that yet. But let's get back into this. Where's Sony's roadmap? Hiroki Totoki has told you guys, we ain't talking no more. We about showing you what we got coming. In other words, they will be showing anything unless it's 8 to 12 months out. Like Intergalactic. People tell me it's a pipe dream, but I see that coming out the fall of this year. But I digress. Let's continue listening to the experts over in the Xbox community.
They're nickel and diming their fans. They asked $700 for a PS5 Pro that has failed, right? It has failed regarding what it was supposed to do. The Digital Foundry stuff is out there, folks. So you got to do is look and watch. They'll tell you that it is not.
This is making the assumption and the hopium that you don't go listen to Digital Foundry and actually understand English. They never said nothing like this. In fact, they said they're impressed. And the 3 development teams are garbage that messed up the implementation of PSSR. What everyone fails to mention is we have yet to see a game that was developed with PSSR in mind. Marvel Rivals is amazing. Runs at 120 frames flawlessly. Call of Duty, an Xbox game, runs amazing with PSSR implementation. They had a couple of issues when it first started. They fixed it in 24 hours. Digital Foundry did a whole segment on it. Go check it out if you really want to see the truth about the Pro. And I'm sick of these people talking about $700. unless you're the one-off 2% of people that consider themselves video game collectors. That PS5, the OG, the fat PS5, it's sitting at GameStop right now, and you probably got your Pro for $300 to $400 at the most. But I digress. Let's keep it going. Let's see how many more lies these boys gonna spew.
Up the bar. Where are the sales numbers? How great is it doing? Well, we know it's sold. Of course, it's sold. How much? I think the last estimate was like 14% less than the PlayStation 4 Pro. Is that terrible?
That's a lie. It was 14% more. But whatever, man. This dude is tripping. Yo, I have never seen so many people in their feelings about picking the wrong side. The writing was on the wall in 2009, like I said before. And I'm going to get to y'all other frauds later. Not this video. Oh, but your time is coming. You know, all of y'all that was XBOTs up until PlayStation 5, or you was an XBOT past 2016 or so. Yeah, y'all all some frauds and some grifters too. I'm going to keep it a whole 100 with you. Ain't no pulling no punches over here. Let's keep it going, y'all.
Not really, but again, this is supposed to be their next big thing, right? So when I saw Paul's article, I'm not criticizing him as a journalist. He can write whatever he wants. I could give a flying shit. But this is what I wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Those are impressive numbers with the clap emoji. Unfortunately for PlayStation, and this is where I kind of keep it real, it won't remove the massive $400 million loss from Concord.
Stop it. Concord did not cost Sony $400 million. Why do y'all keep spreading this misinformation around? A simple Google search will show you the public information through many different sources that Concord was privately funded at $250 million before Sony even started thinking about acquiring these people. It is the most foolish thing in gaming history. The most disingenuous plot I've ever seen deployed. That trash ass Concord costed $100 million more to make than Spider-Man? Man, y'all gotta stop this, bro. Take the L's like a man, dog. This whole everybody get a trophy community or everybody get a trophy culture has brain rotted the majority of people. Let's keep going though.
Billions of wasted development in PlayStation VR 2 and a terrible investment in Bungie for a whopping $3.6 billion, which of course Bungie is going to be folded into PlayStation Studios, and well, it's probably not even going to be a Bungie anymore. We'll see if they even keep the name. I wrote this. That is why This Is an Xbox campaign was started, and why Xbox Game Studios will lead all software sales across all platforms, and there will not actually be a need for a console, but yeah, console.
No, they won't, because I'm starting the campaign now. If you love PlayStation and you a so-called Sony pony, don't buy none of that shit. Don't buy Indiana Jones. Don't buy none of that shit. You can get Doom. You know why? Because we already knew it was coming. It's a multiplat. And honestly, I would say don't even get Doom. Don't buy shit from Microsoft until they bring Gears or Halo. Do not buy nothing on PlayStation Network but Gears or Halo. We'll be alright. I promise you, you're not going to miss Doom. You're not going to miss Doom. I promise you're not going to miss that damn 1985 ass game. Only thing hot they showed you was a skull and a gun. Let's keep this shit real, bro. Ain't nobody on PlayStation buying that crap, dog. Didn't nobody buy Sea of Thieves. That's why you can't find the numbers. They talking about it sold 1 million copies. It did so well. I call bullshit. I believe Microsoft did what JC and P. Diddy them used to do back in the late 90s, early 2000s. When they would release an album, they would buy their first 1 million copies, solidifying themselves as a platinum seller. I believe that's what Microsoft did with Sea of Thieves. If you go on the PlayStation Network right now and check out the ratings, it only has 11,000 ratings, which means ain't nobody bought that crap, bro. That's why you ain't saw real numbers from Microsoft or from Sony on Sea of Thieves. I honestly predict right here, right now, all ventures of them going multi-platform will fall flat on their face because the games is trash. Nobody on PlayStation want that crap. If Sony smart, when they release a game, they'll release their first party games, like Ghost of Yote, like Death Stranding 2, like the Venom game that I think gonna come out this year. That's gonna have all of that DLC that got canceled from Spider-Man 2. It's gonna have that in there too. It's probably gonna be a $40 to $50 game, 8 to 10 hours with a Venom story and all of that DLC that we thought we were getting for Spider-Man 2. But let's keep going. But remember what I said, y'all. Don't buy none of them Microsoft games on the PlayStation Store, y'all. Don't buy none of them. Let them fall flat on their face. I ain't never seen somebody get their ass whooped so bad that they literally have to beg for money from the competition that whoop their ass. Like, where do they do that at? If you got any kind of backbone in your body and you not a fraud and you've been riding with the Sony Nation for any amount of time, don't buy that shit. Don't buy nothing but Gears or Halo. Let's keep it going.
Sales. Now, of course, I wasn't talking about for guys like me and you fine folks out there who want consoles. Xbox already told us that they are making a next generation console. They are making a next generation handheld. We've also heard, ladies and gentlemen, that they're going to allow other manufacturers to make Xbox consoles, meaning you might get one from
blah, blah, fucking blah. OEMs and handhelds. It's about 13 different PC handhelds already. Then you got something like the Portal, where cloud is running flawlessly, baby. With over 150 games already available to you. Y'all late to the party, as usual. Y'all talk too much. Xbox talked about the cloud while Sony perfected that joint. Let's keep going.
Now, you might get one from Alienware. You might get one from ROG. You might get one from Lenovo. There's going to be multiple places to buy your next Xbox outside of what Microsoft is going to have. That's the big change that is happening here.
Yeah, $1,200 for something probably twice as weak as a PlayStation 5 Pro and probably weaker than a Series X. Let's keep it a whole buck out here, man. If you go OEM, you're going to pay more. You just complained about a system being $200 more than the base. Stop playing. Y'all don't buy no games. Consoles ain't selling. 4.1 million to 700,000 during the holidays? Man, it's a wrap. But let's keep listening to this bullshit.
But I do find it hilarious that we are still seeing these types of articles. Yes, Xbox has gotten their face kicked in regarding sales of consoles. But this is why they are moving away from just selling a pair of traditional consoles. They're going to have a next-gen piece of hardware that's going to go into your box. The box is going to go underneath your TV. You're going to be able to, it's going to be as traditional as they come in the form factor that it's going to be a box underneath your TV, but it apparently is going to be much different. It is going to be more PC-like. And when they do that, they're going to change the industry again. It's not to sound like a broken record, but it is hilarious. Where are the articles criticizing Sony's behavior towards their fans? Where is the articles, Fuzzy Belvedere, about the lack of direction of the brand, the no roadmap?
Sony not giving you no content, buddy. You got to come up with your own, partner. You have to come up with your own content. Or try to find you something to clip and react to like most of these boys do because they ain't creating nothing. Pull up articles and shit and read them. Let's go.
Magical Mystery Tour showcase that we're all waiting for. What does first party look like? Is it going to be gas games only? Are they going back to, the single player story driven adult theme type of games? We don't know because they're not talking about it. The last thing that we got from Herman Hoax was that they have decided that they're going to revisit some of their older IPs, which for the love of the gaming gods is the greatest news you could possibly, ask for, because we could get a Resistance Fall of Man. You could get Killzone to come back.
Hey, buddy, stay your ass over there on Xbox, dog. Let me tell you something. I was a Killzone fanboy. Didn't nobody buy that shit, bro. Didn't nobody buy that shit, bro. Didn't nobody buy Resistance. For whatever reason, PlayStation don't like shoot 'em up games. I don't know what it is. That's an Xbox thing. I would love to see Killzone again. I would love to see Resistance again. On the Pro, are you kidding me? Man, that shit would be fire. As a matter of fact, you can fire up Killzone Shadowfall right now on the PlayStation 5 Pro, and it'll probably compete with 80% of the first-person shooters that's out here today. But let's keep it moving, dog. You don't understand the culture of PlayStation, bro. We like single player, story driven, deep story, high quality, intense action games, bro. For whatever reason, we don't do them shooters like that. Now, I personally would love to see Killzone, but it ain't happening. I know it ain't happening. They would have to do like a remaster or something first to even see if the audience is there. But I believe Killzone Shadowfall I don't even think it sold over 5 million. Hell, it might not even hit 3 million while you playing. But let's keep it moving, bro.
Could get Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter. You might get a Motor Storm. You pick your favorite flavor. Maybe we get a new Twisted Metal. Maybe they uncancel what they canceled. I don't know. But I want PlayStation to get weird. Go back to the well of some of the older things that they used to do that were really good, and then we can have a conversation. But until then, where is the criticism for Sony? Because there isn't any. Let's get your thoughts, man.
What have they done to criticize, buddy? I'll criticize them for you. Let me help you. I really feel like we should have got something better than just some themes for the 30th anniversary. I feel like they should have read the room when they did take Concord to market test it and did they play testing and stuff. I really do think they fumbled and dropped the ball with that. It should have never even made it to market at all. So apparently they need somebody like me over there that's a real gamer that can go look at these games and see, hey, bro, that's trash. Fairlight is going to be trash. Unless they do something different to it, since the last time we see it, it's going to be trash. Marathon actually look like it's going to be trash. I don't know what the hell that is and what they thinking about with those games. But it's games as a service. So, they throwing spaghetti against the wall hoping one of the noodles stick. But I don't think it will. It's an oversaturated market. You already got the big boy players in the game, homie. You already got Fortnite, Apex, Call of Duty, Marvel Rivals now, Overwatch. It's not happening, bro. You're not doing... I don't think anybody would be able to reach their hands in the live service cookie jar and steal a bunch of cookies. I just don't think it's going to happen. You will have to have an innovative, extremely jarring title for people to move away from these games. Sort of like what Marvel Rivals did. I love Marvel Rivals, but let's keep it real. Marvel Rivals cheated. And not, let me make it clear. They didn't cheat because of the fundamentals of their gameplay. They cheated by using characters that everyone loves and enjoy. That's how they cheated. And it's still a good thing, though. They saw a void and they filled it. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves Spider-Man. And for those that don't like Spider-Man, they might love the Fantastic Four. And for those that don't love them, they might actually love the Hulk. So, yeah, it's hard to do or to replicate what Marvel did. And it ain't no excuse, it's just the facts. I loved Marvel characters as a child. My 6-year-old son loved Spider-Man. Like, it was a no-brainer. All they had to do was look pretty, run good, and have a solid gameplay loop. And that's what they did. They executed. But you know the most important thing? They out the East. They are another studio out the East crushing it. While the West is caught up in woke and anti-woke and not hiring people with talent and all this other bullshit. So what we really need to be talking about is how Western game development is going to die soon if they don't get their act together. And who's the big progenitor of that? Microsoft. Microsoft came in the game trying to buy up shit, bro. I already covered this. Microsoft came in the game trying to buy Nintendo. Can you believe it? The audacity, the unmitigated gall to think they was going to be able to step in and buy Nintendo. Fools, the lot of them. But let's keep going.
Well, it's funny. Like, even with them selling 5 to 1, we guesstimate, 65 million consoles, right?
Yeah, it's more than that. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's closer to 70, but we'll keep it at 65 because that's what they record.
And you have games not really reaching the number of sales that you would expect for that amount of hardware out there. Like, I get it. Some of us have multiple consoles, so we're only going to buy the software for that console once. But when you have things like XBOT, which is supposed to be your go-to platformer, you would think at that point maybe it should reach 5 million copies as opposed.
Maybe it has reached 5 million copies. You idiots keep throwing around a number that from November 6th, if I'm not mistaken, November 6th, 2024, that number was released. Astrobot had been out all of 2 months. That was before, and actually it came out a week and a half before or after Black Myth Wukong. Is that what you're talking about? A game that everybody was waiting on? Like, it literally launched alongside Black Myth Wukong. And you idiots had a gall to keep talking about 1.5 million from early November. Consoles just sold 4.1 million from November through December. Man, what is y'all talking about, bro? Y'all need to stop lying to these folks so bad, bro. Let's keep it going, man.
To 1.5 million. That would seem more of a relative number, because otherwise you're going to continue to see PlayStation morph into this multiple platform type of box.
PlayStation ain't going, bro. We not going. They ain't gonna do what you losers did. Why the hell would the winner copy the loser? I swear, man, y'all live in a whole bubble of delusion.
Now, will it have it on other consoles? I don't know, but they definitely are going to start looking at the PC market more and more. So
they won't.
It outdo Xbox 5 to 1. More power to them. But what are they going to do as far as their roadmap? What are they going to do as far as some of their policies? Like, their return policy is
you don't need a roadmap when you flying, baby. You don't need no roadmap when you can look down on motherfuckers. You heard me?
Still dog water at this point. So I don't know why it's not a bigger to do in that regard. They're international, way behind what you would think it would be, especially if they're going to get into PC. Like, that was a clear example that we saw with Helldivers 2. They sold it to a bunch of people in regions that don't have PSN available, and then they pulled it when people weren't linking their accounts. And it's like,
don't blame Sony for that shit. Blame Steam. Because they knew damn well that they was going to require PSN accounts eventually when that game released. They knew that was going to be a requirement. And Sony ain't sold in them 170 countries or whatever ever. So it don't matter. Not one time in history since the PlayStation Network or Sony been doing this have they sold in those places. So it's irrelevant. They have never been concerned about it. Why would they be concerned about it now? It makes no sense. But let's keep going. And if Steam sold them games to people in those regions that they knew were restricted from having a PSN, whose fault is that? It They weren't buying that shit from the Sony store. They were buying it from Steam. Stop lying to people, man. This is the problem with gaming and everything that's been going on the past few years. All this grifting and lying and rumors and leaks, and none of this shit come true ever. I'm sick of it. Keep it moving.
You already sold the software, so they left it up to Steam to kind of, bite the bullet to some extent. Although I'm pretty sure Gabe got his money back from Sony in some regards, but they can't continue to bleed money on things like Concord or restructure things like Bungie.
Concord.
Right their ship to some extent. Like, it seems like they were kind of caught off guard with this generation. Yes, they had some decent games at the launch of this generation, but it doesn't seem like all of their...
At the launch? At the launch? What? Every year? Boy, what is you talking about? Banger after banger after banger. I guess because it ain't from first party, it don't count. But guess what? You can't play it on Xbox. PC don't count because PC ain't a console. That's why it's called a console exclusive, like it always has been. Just because Microsoft put all their damn games on PC and started that bullshit back in 2008 when they started writing on the wall to you idiots, don't mean that Sony gonna do the same thing. So what? They get the game 15 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years in some cases after we done played it, beat it, traded it in, or it's deep down in the deleted files of our library. Man, stop. I don't know what you're doing. Besides, it don't even sell nothing over there to even make a difference to console dominance when it come to Sony. It sell, what did Final Fantasy do? Final Fantasy did under 300K. I can guarantee you Square Enix is shitting the bed right now, pissing on themselves. Why? Because they fucked up a relationship that they did not have to. They misread the room. They listened to these idiots on YouTube and on Twitter and thought that it was a bunch of PC gamers. It's not. It's a bunch of PC hobbyists. They like the PC itself, tinkering, building, all that type of stuff. They're not gamers. As the numbers have shown that only 15% of them last year played games that actually released last year. Man, you gotta start telling the truth out here, y'all. Stop lying so much. Either the people gonna like you for your personality and the information you bring, or they won't. Stop baiting clicks. Stop lying. Stop doing the leak thing. It's one of these cats out here. He got Grand Theft Auto on the screen every fucking day. You ain't got no info, bruh. You don't have no info on Grand Theft Auto 6 at all until Rockstar say something. And we all can look on the internet and see when they have press releases or they have a quarterly earning meetings and they start talking about what's going to release and when and what their profits are. Like, y'all got to stop listening to these folks. They playing y'all for suckers, man.
Studios are firing on all cylinders at this point. Like, you would expect to see some more other than, like, Intergalactic and Ghost of Yotai is the only things that they're really announcing in the near future.
Death Stranding 2
later this year, and the other one possibly like
Where the Winds Meet.
Out. And that's part of the problem was they canceled a lot of their games as a service. So it's great. They have this 5-to-1 number. How is that looking for games like Concord or even Helldivers on the actual platform other than PC? Like, outside of PC, it didn't do as well. Now, it did well enough for them to be happy with it, but consider
15 million copies. Last time I checked. What is you talking about, player? They're getting 70% of that from a Steam sale. Hey, man, I don't know what y'all be thinking about, but last time I checked, 15 times what? Let's say it was $20. And 15 million times $20. And Helldivers 2 probably ain't cost over $80 million to make, man. Hey, y'all gotta stop, bro.
How well it did on PC. Is Fair Game going to see a similar type of deal to that, or is it going to see more along the lines of something like Concord? Did they completely misread the room with things like, Lego Horizon? Like, I guarantee you, there's probably more people playing Forza Horizon 4 Lego expansion than Lego Horizon on PlayStation right now. and that's a game that's already been delisted. So they can't continue to make these missteps within their, their walls, as far as, especially if they're looking to be in every household and be able to expand beyond the console. They're going to have to get something.
Let me give y'all a fun fact right quick. Sony got like $28 billion cash on hand, and Microsoft got $80 billion. Can you explain to me how Microsoft's a $1 trillion company when they only have $82 billion in cash on hand? I understand valuation, assets, and all that. I understand that. But they only have $82 billion cash on hand. Yet Sony's broke and struggling, and money hadn't everything to keep it from Xbox. In the meantime, Microsoft just announced they're investing another $81 billion into AI and AI infrastructure, while mentioning that it was going to eliminate jobs, as if the 2,500 people they laid off from Activision when they acquired it and all the studios shut down wasn't enough. Man, Delulu must be a city somewhere I ain't never seen before, bro.
It's reorganized, but when news is slow, they always result in a negative story about Xbox. Like, I'm surprised he didn't say anything about the Series S being a potato, or maybe the Series S is the reason why PlayStation's 5-1. Like, usually they put the Series S as the scapegoat to some extent, but
the Series S may not be the scapegoat, but according to Microsoft, they got the install base at 58% Xbox Series S's. Let me say that again. Microsoft has the Xbox Series S as being 58% of the install base. And if that's not bad enough, I've saw several analysts say that it's anywhere from 70 to 80% of the actual install base. That's what the issue is. Let's keep it moving.
I just don't understand why, in a time where we can clearly see the lines between console and PC are blurring more and more, and it seems like that's the next progressive step as far as the future of gaming, people are not necessarily hopping on board to go completely mobile, and I know a lot of people aren't necessarily going completely PC either.
Man, hold on a second, man. Because as I'm watching this, what is this gameplay, dog? This dude supposed to be a gamer? That's his name right there, right? Mr. Boomstick XL. This dude running around stakeout in Nuketown with a LMG because he can't aim. Do you got wall hacks on, buddy? Or are you just shooting hoping somebody come around the corner? You shooting like you're having seizures or something, bro. I advise you to not put up no gameplay no more, man. Because that ain't looking too tough. And you kind of tell it on yourself, bro. Like, this community is for gamers, not culture vultures trying to get money off the gaming community. Is that why I'm hearing these crazy, insane takes, hoping that what it feels say, 1 to 3 million diehard Xbox fans tune in to you? Man, let's keep it moving, dog. Pimpin' Phil got y'all all in y'all feelings, dog. Let's move on.
If handhelds are going to be in the same vein as these PC handhelds that exist now, that's blurring the lines between consoles and PCs. And what is Sony's plan on their store? What is Sony's plan? Their partnership with Epic? Are they going to have a similar type of free game giveaway for like their PC versions and things, or are they going to figure out something to have it where the PC games are launching date and date, or they're able to get the trophies on the PC titles, which I think some of them you can actually do now. But yeah,
no, man, y'all got to do more research. Like, y'all just be spreading misinformation, bro. Can you get trophies? Sony ain't moving like Microsoft, bruh. What the fuck you think they're requiring PSN accounts for? I swear, bruh, there's something wrong with these folks, dog. The everybody get a trophy culture has destroyed people, man. Take the L like a man. Microsoft can't even figure out how to take the L and move on. They'll rather crash out, wild out before they die. Everything's an Xbox. Phil looking like he didn't smoke 4 8 balls in 2 hours. Man, y'all need to stop, bruh. Come on back to reality, y'all.
It's great that they're doing well as far as sales of the boxes, but in the grand scheme of things, I think they would much rather have similar numbers in sales of software, because that's where they have the most margin. That's where they make the most money per dollar spent. The money that they spend on R&D on these consoles, the money they spend on the manufacturing, the shipping, the storage, and all that stuff pales in comparison to like having digital software that you can download from their store, off of their server, pennies on the dollar, based in electricity costs and hardware costs. They would much rather sell that software.
Man, y'all moving that goalpost so damn much, that bitch gonna be in the parking lot in a minute. It ain't even gonna be on the field no more. This fool talking about the electric bill, bruh. Storing. They not storing shit, they selling it. The dope house empty, so when they raid that bitch, they ain't gonna find nothing. All the dope sold, bruh. It's all gone already, man. What are you talking about? 65 to 70 million. While y'all sitting at a fake, bloated 30-something million. Man, stop lying.
So if they're only selling one game for every 10 consoles, or one game for every 20 consoles in some cases, that's not doing them any favors. And that's where they gotta kind of step things up a bit in comparison. But hey, it's always great to whip Xbox about sales of boxes, as opposed to looking at how many people are in Game Pass, how many people are
in Game Pass. Did y'all even look the numbers up before y'all had this conversation? The last time we heard about Game Pass numbers was in February of 2024. Xbox was sitting at 34 million. In November, just a couple of months ago, PlayStation was sitting at 116 million. Didn't Microsoft say they had to hit 100 million subscribers before this year in order for it to be profitable? Man, y'all gotta stop, bro. Pipe dreams a motherfucker. They'll bust your head, though.
Actively playing their games, monthly active users that are spending money on seasons or microtransactions, or just having fun playing games. I think it's almost like we all forgot what gaming is mainly about. It's about having fun playing the games. But gaming media, that's like the last of or least of their worries. Their concern is things like will Avowed and Outer Worlds 2 destroy Obsidian? Like, Obsidian is been pretty solid all their life, even before they were acquired. I don't have any worries or concerns as far as their output or the games that they're getting ready to release this year. And those in the gaming media that are worried, it's like, where were you when Concord fell and nobody heard it? Where were you when people were bad-mouthing?
Man, listen here. If Concord was a gang, let me put it like this. If Concord was a gang member and PlayStation was a gang, Concord was in violation. We took his ass out back, put 2 in his head, shot him laid him down, put 2 in his head, dug the bullets up and threw the body in the river, bro. What we talking about? That thing didn't even make it 2 weeks. Redfall still running around. Your other little card hero shooter game coming to PlayStation. Y'all don't even talk about that. Like, man, y'all gotta stop, bro. The console war is truly over. PlayStation and dusted y'all. It ain't nothing to talk about no more. Move on. Stop trying to piggyback, run and get you a PC and pretend PC is amazing. I know exactly what this is. I've been around this stuff for a long time, bro. A long time. I remember the days where PC gamers would never even talk to console gamers because they knew they had the superior device. But let's keep it a buck. PC gamers wouldn't have shit to play if it weren't for console gamers. Come on, man. Y'all gotta stop. It's like 3.8 billion console gamers in the world compared to the 1.5 billion. 3.8 billion to 1.5 billion. Stop it, man. It ain't a fucking contest. That's why PC, y'all should stay out of this. Enjoy your rig, bruh. If I could afford one, I'd get one. But when I was shopping them, I couldn't see the value. I couldn't see the value in spending what I could get a vehicle for to play games, dog. It just don't make no sense. And that was before even getting a monitor. Stop.
Things like the games as a service announcements that Jim Ryan, made mention of years ago, that they were, going to do 10 or 12 games, and then now that number is kind of sketchy as far as it's been cut down either in half or down to third. So I don't know. I say from a gaming standpoint, considering how little I played my PlayStation last year in comparison, I would say the concern might be focus on where's Sony's roadmap. Focus on what new IPs they're working on beyond Intergalactic. What other games are they planning on remasters, Tim?
You played your PlayStation so little. Stop telling on yourself, man. You're not a fucking gamer, bro. Rise of the Ronin, Stellar Blade, Black Myth Wukong, Helldivers. Who we had? Astrobot, MLB The Show. Even though that was on Xbox 2, it was a garbage version because Major League Baseball made Sony put it on there. That's why it's on Game Pass, because Major League Baseball and Sony knew y'all don't buy games, man. It's an inferior version of the game. I play MLB every year. But let's keep going.
Can we get remasters that are above and beyond 5 years? Stop this bull crap of remastering games that are or barely they haven't even reached a decade. Like, that doesn't seem like that's remaster worthy. Sure, you could do an upgrade between console generations, but they're charging you full boat price for that, and it just, I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, there go another lie. Another lie. If you a true PlayStation fan and you a Sony pony, a Sony gamer, you done already had bought every single game they had remastered. So you only had to pay $10 for it. Stop with the lies, man. Y'all be doing too much with this shit, dog. Let's take Horizon Zero Dawn, for example. We got Horizon Zero Dawn for free. Millions upon millions upon millions of people got Horizon Zero Dawn for free. It was given to us by Sony because something happened. It was offline for 3 days. It was a gift for... I can't remember exactly why we got it, but everybody got it for free. And guess what? Even if you had got it for free, you were still able to upgrade for $10. So let's see how they finna try and spin this.
Maybe I'm one of the few that sees that as a scummy move to some extent, but I don't know. There's not enough concern for PlayStation. But
yeah, because, spending $80 billion to try and gobble up all the gaming studios in the industry, that's not scummy at all.
And again, they've been, solid on their own, and when the, writing falls off the wall, then they'll be like, oh no, who saw this coming? With Sony possibly being acquired. Like, I still think their best, hope for the future is somebody like Amazon, not necessarily Google, but maybe Apple possibly acquiring them. But
what?
Get me sideways whenever I say that. So.
What? Oh my God! Oh, I'm gonna choke. Acquiring who? Sony? The people that make the TVs and the cameras and the movies? Did you watch CES? Or was this before CES? Sony been doing the NFL's cameras for what, like 4 or 5 years now? All of Hollywood is using Sony cameras. Any real photographer that's out here in the game will tell you Sony got the best mirrorless cameras in the game. See, this is what I be talking about, man. These folks don't be knowing nothing. Hey, man, These is Phil's hoes, dog. I call him Pimpin' Phil for a reason. Everybody always saying, why ain't Phil been fired? Why ain't nothing happened to Phil? Phil. Man, Phil was running the play, dog. He did what he was supposed to do. Keep you XBOTs at bay, as he said, the 1 to 3 million of the diehards. Keep y'all at bay. Keep y'all thinking it's coming. Man, y'all need to stop. Y'all embarrassing y'allself, bro.
Another interesting point here. You use the word or the phrase "scummy move," right? So, as a PlayStation fan, right, you pay $160 a year for your premium service, right? We already know, and this is the running joke. You don't get MLB The Show day one.
So what? We got it for free, and you didn't even have to have premium to get it free. 2 to 3 years in a row, it's been given away for free as an essential title in August to September. Whenever it is, it's a couple of months before the World Series. What the hell is this dude talking about? Day and date. So what? Microsoft is the only idiots that would screw. Man, let's put it like this. Microsoft is the only idiots that would hit a developer in the back of the head, push him up against the wall, and bust them cheeks. You see what I'm saying? Do you know how much money the developer loses with a game going day and date? No? Well, you finna find out. Because wait till these Call of Duty Black Ops 6 numbers come out. This is going to be the worst mistake in gaming history. Watch what I tell you.
Hell, you don't even get it at all. Right? That's in Game Pass day one, which is laughable. But I just look, just for shits and giggles. We were talking about, racing games to open up. And of course, the only thing that they can compare racing to is, Gran Turismo 7. You happen to like it, I don't. I bought it. I have the physical disc right here. I bought it. Didn't care too much for it. Very.
That's because you ain't got no taste. And you not a gamer, as we can see from this gameplay video, homie. You probably couldn't even drive the car because you're trying to play it like Forza, where you can ride all up against the guardrails and ride all through the grass and shit. Gran Turismo is the caviar of racing. It is a simulator where people actually drive for money in Gran Turismo. Big money. People spend thousands of dollars to make in-home racing mock-ups to play Gran Turismo, bro. Don't you ever say nothing bad about Gran Turismo. You hear me? Come here. Let me tell you something. Don't do it. Just keep it going, bro.
Very heavily microtransact, for sure. But I didn't know, because I don't really turn on the PlayStation that often. When I do, I play whatever I'm playing, which is why I have almost 50 hours in Astro Bot, which I loved. So I was like, you know what? Let me see.
Yeah, and if your ass tried all the other games that came out, you probably love them too, partner. Try Rise of the Ronin. Try Stellar Blade. Man, y'all better stop playing with me, bro.
First of all, how much is Gran Turismo if you were going to buy it? It's still $70, dude.
Gran Turismo was just $30 for damn near 2 months, bro. $30 for almost 2 months, bro. I don't understand. Why would you give away a game like Gran Turismo? Just the mentality of Xbox and Microsoft is what caused them to have one leg in the grave.
Yeah, like $70 for that game. That game is old as dirt. But you know what's even more interesting? And I'm wondering where the articles, ladies and gentlemen, are for this. Has anyone asked why games like Gran Turismo are not in the $160 a year service?
Why is you acting like that's a lot and y'all shit costs $240 a year, bro? an entire game and DLC more than what PlayStations do. Like, what are you talking about? At least PlayStation's still giving a discount when you purchase a year, unlike Microsoft. This is crazy, bro. You know, when I left Xbox back in 2011, 2012, that's around the time when I said bump it and went the hell on totally. I told folks this was gonna happen, bro. I hate I ain't make my channel back then. I came up with the idea back then when it was just G4 TV, IGN, Eurogamer, and all them folks. When Adam Sessler square shoulder ass used to be on the screen. I was like, man, it'd be dope if somebody black or somebody of color made a gaming channel, man. And you know what happened? Everybody I was cool with on Xbox got mad at me because I chose PlayStation. Even had a couple of them boys try to make channels and take my idea. So that's what took me so long. But I'd have been like the gaming content god by now because I'd have predicted so much stuff in this industry, bro. And it's just from pattern recognition and knowing how to spot when someone's speaking with a forked tongue, bro. But let's keep moving.
Oh, but you can buy it from their store digitally for $70.
Mm-hmm.
Like that to me, where are those articles? Where are, hey, listen, the value proposition over here is a lot better. They're getting Sony first-party games day and date. Sony isn't giving their fans and customers first-party games day and date. Hell, they're still not giving them these games. Mm-hmm. That would be a pretty good article. I think that you'd get a couple of clicks on that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's funny, like, years go by and the titles don't make it into the service. Except for, like, maybe Spider-Man, but then they pull it from the service when they're about to release another title that they can either bundle or resell you that title again. Be like, hey, we're remastering, what is it? Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead and let's... Or no, actually, Zero Dawn was the one that they went and remastered and stuff. And it's like, well, that one already had a PC release. Did it really need a remaster? No, but they did it anyway. But then they made sure it wasn't in the service, and they made sure the selling price. I think they had it before where it was like under $20. Yeah, they bumped it up to I think like $40 right after they announced that they were doing the remaster, and it was going to only be like a $10 upgrade if you already had it. So they made sure for anybody buying it, you weren't going to get the newest thing for like $30. It's like, oh, you're going to wind up spending, $50 or something.
Wow, listen to that. What did I say? They don't know millions upon millions of people got Horizon Forbidden. Pardon me. Horizon Zero Dawn for free and was able to upgrade to the PS5 Pro remaster for $10. Somebody tell these boys something, man.
At that point, so it's just weird stuff that they do, and you would think at some point, like maybe MLB 23. I mean, it is 25 now. Maybe MLB 23 should be in the service. No, they won't do it. But yet they're fine with having like the earlier 2K.
Again, we got MLB on Essential, which is $60 a year. I'm sorry, it's $80 a year. $80 a year, and MLB has come out the past 2 to 3 years on Essential. Man, what the hell, bro?
These are the earlier, WWE or something along those lines in there, but they still won't put MLB, even one that's a couple of years old in the service, which is just wild to me. It feels like they're intentionally trying to get every penny out of every customer they can.
And that's where the scumminess comment comes from, because that's just dirty. Like, again,
imagine a business trying to maximize their profit. So scummy. So scummy. What's scummy is lying to you boys for over 12 years. That's why I'm coming for y'all fraudulent ass neutral pro PlayStation boys. Yeah, you know who you are. I ain't even gonna give you no clout saying your names. Don't get mad at me. If you done came clean and you done told everybody what time it was and you was wrong and you can't believe you did it, I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about the ones that's trying to pretend that they neutral or they pro PlayStation, but were still XBOTs past 2016. If you made it all the way to 2016, believing Phil's lies and Microsoft never delivering, I'm coming. Hey, I'm telling you now. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want, bruh. I know you. I see you. Y'all motherfuckers talking about Nintendo and PC cards and consoles and all other kind of shit. Like, hey, bruh. Just stop, man. Just stop. Y'all need a whole special category for y'all. You know, all y'all boys were under 700 hours gaming all year long. 8,760 hours in a year. And you only gain 6, 5, 7, 400 hours. Hey, man, it's a pandemic out here. Watch who y'all align yourself with. Because this community rocket ship gonna take off. It's only a matter of time.
And look, they're going to make money how they're going to make money. But I'm just saying that if you want to write an article and you want it to be read and you want it to be a thought-provoking one, there is a lot of criticism that you could literally, without being overbearing or overly pointed, that you could bring up against PlayStation that are legit concerns, especially for the consumer. We just mentioned a couple of them here. There are a boatload more. But no one talks about it because...
The couple you mentioned was lies. And you can't say nothing else because it's a boatload more, but you can't run off nothing. Come on, man. You can't name or mention nothing else. All you did was tell a couple of lies, and that's your criticism. A couple of lies that you put out. And the uninformed and the ones that won't go look stuff up are the ones that's going to believe it. Just like Homeboy that came out acting like he didn't know nothing about Xbox. Like he didn't know what Game Pass had to offer. Like, oh my God, this is so amazing, blah, blah, blah. All you had to do was scroll down his page. That's all you had to do. And see, he was well aware what Xbox and Game Pass had going on. Because he had an Xbox in the house already. So how could you not know what was on the Xbox, bro? Like, y'all fall for anything in the Xbox community. It's one of the reasons I had to leave, dog. It's almost like a cult. And I ain't even gonna get into the stuff outside of gaming. Them jibby jabs that BG want to give everybody, how he getting thrown out of every country, how he killing so many Africans and people in other countries. Every time he pull up, they call him about, arrest Bill Gates, arrest Bill Gates. Buying up all the farmland in America, putting medicine in the food that we don't want. Hey, it's a lot of stuff we could get into about you supporting the devil. You understand me? But I ain't even gonna go there yet. But let's keep it moving and see what else these boys gonna lie about.
Why? Well, a lot of them are invested heavily by Sony. And that's the reason. You'll never see any negative articles. Or very rarely you'll see like, hey, what's going on with PlayStation Plus Premium? Like, it says Premium, but is it actual?
What? We know damn well Sony ain't the one invested in news outlets. Is he being serious? When IGN has been Xbox for over a decade? Man, look, bro. Wow. I never thought that once this console war was reaching its end, we would deal with the propaganda and the delusion that we dealing with at this very moment, people. It's crazy. It's baffling. It blows my mind. It's only a couple minutes left. Let's see what else they gotta say, bro. I don't think it's much or nothing, cause they ain't said nothing the whole video, but a bunch of lies.
Premium. That would be a great title for an article. I'd sit down and I'd read that because I pay for premium.
That's gonna wrap it up for today, y'all, man. That's one of my first reactions for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like, share, and subscribe. If you want to see more content like this, or you want to see me getting at folks, or whatever you want to call it, let me know, bro. It's your boy J-Bo, a.k.a. the Old Man Gaming Guru, and I'm out of here, bro.